Hey everybody! Welcome back to the Friday the 13th retrospective. I know it's been a bit. When we last left off, we were at Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. Then we had a few weeks off due to the fact that I hadn't received the replacement discs yet. Well, if you're seeing this, good news! I got the replacement discs for my Friday the 13th set, and even better, in the weeks that have passed since Jason Takes Manhattan, we now have surround sound and a native 4K player. The only reason I'm mentioning this is it made watching this movie a blast. So, what are we talking about today? Well, if you can go by numbering, even though it's not numbered, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. And if you're wondering what this is, because you can kind of make it out, but not really, it is Ash from Evil Dead 2, which is very fitting. So, Jason Goes to Hell. I watched the unrated cut. I did also watch the documentary and the interview with Adam Marcus. Now, the interview with Adam Marcus is him basically repeating some of the stuff he said in the documentary. But something that stuck out to me with Adam Marcus is one of the things he mentioned was when someone asked him about the shaving scene, he said he wanted to put in a scene that people would talk about for years to come. And when you think of Jason Goes to Hell, you either think of the worm creature that there's an issue with this being HD that I'll tell you about here in a second, or being a better quality picture than what it should have been. And you also think of the shaving scene. This is a very homoerotic film. There's lots of nudity, including male nudity. A butt, not so much, but there's a guy's butt, but there's also shots of his penis, at least in the unrated cut. More so than usual. Now, if you go into Jason Goes to Hell, go into it as an action film and not a horror movie. Because that's basically what this is. This is the most action-oriented out of all of them. So, we're going to dig in a little bit. Erin Gray plays a character whose name is Diane, I believe. And she is... I don't want to give it away, but Diane is a waitress at a bar called Joey... Or at a diner, not a bar. At a diner called Joey B's. Erin Gray plays Diane as a waitress at a bar called Joey B's. Now, the interesting part about Joey B's is that there is a cook who wears his hat backwards. His name is Leslie Jordan. That's right, the guy who did a TV show about people in an old folks home, because I can't really think about it, retirement home. Did a show about a retirement home, and he is currently on, and this will date this, a show called, I think it's They Call Me Cat, or My Name is Cat with Mayim Bialik. He got his, I don't want to say his start, but this is the first thing I ever saw him in, so I thought that was kind of neat. But anyway, Diane, waitress at Joey B's. I'm not going to give away a spoiler. She's also there in this small town, I do believe it's Youngstown, Ohio. And there is lots of fun to be had. She has a daughter, the daughter has a child, and the daughter is dating a TV guy from, it's called American Case Files, and I think it's supposed to be a parody of Hard Copy and America's Most Wanted, is what I think, if you were to combine those two. Creighton Duke is a character in here. Creighton Duke is a character. There is no other way to put it. He's a character in the movie, but just a character. He is interesting. It seems like he was pulled out of a different movie entirely, to be honest. And then there's Jonathan DeLeMay. I do not remember the character name for the life of me. But Jonathan DeLeMay, he was in Friday the 13th, the series, and then went from that to this. Good actor. There is a few things I want to note after that. So, there is a coroner. and a coroner gets possessed by Jason at one point. His assistant, nerdy guy with glasses. My thought is, why not put in Ron Palillo? Ron Palillo would have been alive at this time, and it would have been a fun callback to Jason Lives. But it's not. And I think that is the big issue with this film. There's a lot of potential, and it squanders it. Part of that could be Adam Marcus, as this was his first time directing and he was fairly young. Part of it could be the script wasn't really up to snuff. Part of it could be a combination of the two. So I think Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday is full of missed opportunities. Including, there is a worm thing. So, there is a worm thing that makes it so Jason can pass from body to body. But the thing is, in high definition, on the 4K player, which yes, I'm pretty sure it upscales Blu-ray to 4K. When they go to like that, and the worm thing comes out, it looks like South Park when they're shitting out of their mouth. Exactly what it looks like. It looks like they're opening their mouth and their shit is coming out of the mouth into the other person. So, yeah, that's not a good thing. Also, with the HD or the 4K negative or whatever negative they had on this, when hands come to pull Jason under, you can tell they're just gloves. So, that being said, what do I think of Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday? After rewatching it, I actually rank this as one of the better ones. I think it's, honestly, third. This is my third favorite Friday the 13th. My favorite comes up next week. So this is my third favorite Friday the 13th because it goes quick. Like the movie's, the unrated cut is an hour and a half. And I go, I had watched it for a little bit and I go, I'm just curious, I need to go to the bathroom, I want to see what time it was. I hit the display button on my player, showed up, an hour had gone by. And it's a quick hour. So this is one of the better paced ones, even if the story isn't that great. So, another thing, the Necronomicon, Book of the Dead, shows up in this, as does the Kandarian Dagger. So technically, Jason Goes to Hell is part of the Evil Dead universe. So, cool. With that, what do I think of this? I would say you should see it. At least see it once, see if it's your flavor. Do know that it's not your traditional Friday the 13th movie, and keep in mind there is body swapping. So if you're not a fan of body swapping, if you're not a fan of somebody other than traditional Jason, I would skip it. But if you want to give it a chance, I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. I know the DVD, this is like the third time I have this, because I have the unrated DVD, I have the Big 10 that had all the movies, and I now have this, which has both rated and unrated in Blu-ray form. For whatever reason, the Big 10 did not have the unrated cut. Not sure why. So, yeah, so I say go out, check it out if you don't mind body swapping and don't mind it being a normal Jason. Remember to stay spooky, stay scary, take care, and we will see you next week, not for Jason X, but we will see you next week for the Valentine's special. So I hope you stick with us for that. The week after, we go to Jason X. So, thank you very much. See you then.